Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Behind the Music with Quentin. This is part 2, and we're going to talk to some great artists today. We got Nightwolf, along with Crazy Lexi and G-Clef, the founders and owners of NLE. It's New Limits Entertainment Group, and then Nightwolf is here to represent SHE and the FFL. So how y'all doing today?
Hey, what's up, man? We're doing good.
Well, good. Welcome to the show, man. Well, first of all, we're excited to get you guys here, and it wouldn't be right if we didn't pay tribute to Crisscross. Unfortunately, one of the members passed away yesterday, so big shouts out to the hip hop community. He will never ever be replaced. I know it was one of my favorite songs growing up. I used to jump around my house and drive my parents crazy. So we're not gonna waste any time. We're gonna get right into the interview. For those of you who don't know, this is a locally based DMV label, independently owned and operated. Am I right? You guys aren't signed to a major deal.
No.
All right. So we're gonna talk about that. If you're at home, you can kind of figure out which path you want to go. You want to go independent or you want to go major. All right. So Nightwolf.
Yes, sir.
I just know you because you're one of my fellow classmates. Tell me how you came up with your performing name.
Well, honestly, it's kind of ties into a couple different things.
Okay.
But, you know, to kind of get to the point, one way is because, you know, when I was younger, you know, we joan on each other all the time and stuff like that.
Definitely.
So because of my head and how I look, you know, because I'm mixed or whatever, they used to call me Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat all the time. So, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of embrace that, but it also ties into my past and the way I grew up and, you know what I'm saying, everything else that goes into it. So I figured, you know, I was by myself a lot of the time and, you know, if I wasn't running around the streets, I was in the house by myself. So it was a whole bunch of stuff that went on and I kind of just, you know, it kind of just shows my past and how I, you know, pretty much prosper from it, and I'm telling my story now.
So it has a deeper meaning to it. And now let's go to G-Clef. How about you? How'd you get your name?
Well, basically, I wanted something dealing with music in my name, and also I wanted something that started with a G because my real name is Grant. So I was like, well, the other name for the treble clef is G-Clef. So I decided to use G-Clef.
I like that wordplay. Okay, so you're a wordsmith guy. Yeah. And then my personal favorite, Crazy Lexi. Let's hear this one.
Oh, boy.
How'd you get Crazy Lexi? And tell them how you spell it, too, because it's different.
It's K-R-A-Z-I-E.
Yeah, it's K with the K and the I-E, too. So how'd you get that?
I mean, I was on YouTube one day, and I was just like, oh, I like the way he did that. It was like, you know, I was like, I said, all right, I like the way, you know, how he spelled his, so I spelled mine. I was like, oh, I'm going to use that one.
Okay.
And then I thought about my personality. I was like, man, I'm crazy. And I was just like, it makes sense to say I'm crazy, but like, I was just, I'm not going, I mean, I probably won't stick to it, but I'm crazy.
I keep hearing that about her too.
She's really not learning about that.
Okay, so that's so we're clear with everybody at home. So tell us how this came to be for us being a professional group and organization. So I think in the beginning you said that first it was NLE, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, and that was you guys.
Yes.
Me and Lexi.
And then take us from there to where we are now. So we had NLE, and then what happened next?
Basically, after we started NLE, I ended up meeting Darnell in my reading class. And we really didn't know that both of us did music at first. And we really didn't find out that each other did music until I had a class project and it had on there my certificate from when I graduated from Omega Recording Studios, School of the Arts and Recording, and my degree from Full Sail. It was on the project, and he was like, oh, you do music? I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, I do music also. I actually rap. And then he freestyled for me right there on the spot.
Oh, wow.
And so then he started sending me more stuff through the phone, and after that, we just like, well, I need to sign you right here and now.
Wow, okay. And so since you guys have your own label, and what are some things you look for if you're trying to sign new talent to NLE? Like, what type of artists are you looking for, or is it just you guys are open to any type of artist?
I mean, we look for like singers, rappers. If you can play an instrument, I mean, DJs, producers, you know, whatever you want to be.
You're open to it.
We're open, like we never like closed-minded to anything.
As long as you're good.
As long as you're good.
They have to be talented, though.
Yes, you have to be
You
talented.
can't be just walking up here talking about food or something.
Now, you mean for as like, are you the guys like?
I mean, I'm the critiquer, like
seasoned veteran rappers, or are you also taking time to
work with
mold
rappers.
as well?
I mean, we work with them, but it's
That's great.
it's like he's the guy to like pick up your talent, and he like they'll both search for talent, but I'm like the hardcore. You better do it now, or you're not gonna get signed type person.
Oh, so you're
just,
like me. You're brutally honest, straight to the point.
Yeah, and
you don't
it's
mean to
no
hurt
games.
the feelings.
It's just I need you to understand, because like he won't tell you. He'll beat around the bush to tell you. I'll just tell you, you know, and that's just how it is. So there's like,
there's
just
a level that you have to go through when you
you
sign
go
up
to
with
him
us.
first.
First you go through me, and then you go through him,
and then you go to the big
her.
one.
Then you got to end up with Crazy Lex.
Yeah. And if you don't make it with her, then you
don't make it at all.
All right. Well, look, how many people are currently on your label?
Oh, that's like
that's a good question. Then
I'll take this one.
Okay.
Honestly, from the labels combined, we have a total of maybe 20 artists.
Oh wow!
And that's omitting producers and you know, stuff like that's omitting producers and engineers. As far as artists solely, we have about 18 to 20. But actively, we have about 12 that are actually doing work right now. Everybody else kind of got, you know, conflicting schedules and everything.
Yeah.
So we're letting them, you know, do what they do. Although they're still signed, they're not, you know, working on any projects or working on a label project right now.
Okay.
So we just letting them kind of do this.
So about 20 people part of the group, but you have 12 active members. So if you had to tell someone like me, who I'm just getting introduced to you guys, so if you had to tell me in your own words, describe the musical stylings of NLA.
Random.
extremely
Very
random.
versatile.
Extremely random.
It's
It's not
predictable.
It's not that. It's not even that all of us don't sound. It's not only that all of us don't sound the same.
Right.
We don't even have the same delivery. We don't have the same verbatim. It's like we don't even sound like anybody out now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like all of us sound different.
So I can't take you guys and say, "Oh, he sounds like
this person or
And
that
some
sounds
people,
like that
some people are trying to match us up to people
But
that
it's
are out now, but
completely
it's
hard.
really hard to do.
So with that being said, what you guys are offering fans like myself in the industry is a new, fresh sound.
Right. Yes.
On what's currently called hip hop or rap, whichever you want to go. To me, it's just lyrics over beats, so you can't.
I mean,
dissect it
I know as far from me, you know, because like G said, when they met me, I had an idea. I really didn't have anyone to go to though. I definitely didn't have anything recorded. So when they kind of came to me and brought me on, me being the first artist on the label, I kind of like took it upon myself to learn as much about NLE and to you know really pick both of their brains as much as possible. So when that kind of came about, we all started getting closer acquainted, and we started kind of, you know, having somewhat of a vision of where we wanted to go. So they kind of blessed me with my own branch of the label. They allowed me to go ahead and run it because I had, like I said, I had the idea, but at first, you know, I was their artist. Which I'm still their artist.
Right, and what it seems like, if that happens a lot of times, what I've found out in the music industry is that once you start doing what you do as an artist, is go step over to the business side of the house, it kind of, respect, you know, breeds respect. So when you respect what they do, they respect what you do, and that's always good for any type of team organizations. Right. It means, you know, when you rub my back, I'll rub yours.
And see, it's kind of hard, but it's not, like, it's kind of, it is exciting.
Oh yeah,
it is fun, but the way when I say it's kind of hard, it's kind of difficult because I have to balance my music, my personal music, and then I have to, you know, help the label, and also I'm kind of like the music mentor, if you will, because I'm usually the one stepping in and helping mold the young artists that we have that don't really know which direction they want their music to go.
Well, I know exactly what you're saying because down south we called you're the workhorse for the label, right? Meaning that you have management, you have talent, and then, you know, you're also an artist, but you do a little bit of this, you do a little bit of that to make sure that everything is, you're the glue.
Like they usually categorize us as the producer, the business, and the tutor. So
but that works though, because you can see it.
Together,
as we see here now, you can even see it. So I want to talk to Lexi real quick. We just had a women's summit here on campus, and I want to get the female perspective on a few questions. The first thing I want to ask you, how do you feel being a female manager first, and then also being a female artist in hip hop today?
I mean,
just be honest with me.
I mean, the manager side is just, you know, working with guys, and we butt heads more. Yeah, we butt heads more than I actually butt heads. I don't actually butt heads with him. So, so it's like okay, with him, I actually go talk to him more than I talk to him because it's like we'll argue as soon as we start having a discussion.
It's a family thing.
Yes, and people say, you know, as I said, I understand because we're both Scorpios, so it's like, oh, we're going to automatically argue as soon as we start talking.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll go talk to him, and then we'll go talk to him. But it's just, I have to lay down my dominance because it's just like, okay, don't try to overstep me and I won't try to overstep you kind of thing.
Yeah,
so it's like, you know, it's a balance within itself. You just have to work with it to get where you need to be.
Because at the end of the day, we all know we're family and we look out for each other regardless. So.
And at the end of the day, that's all that
and
matters.
then as far as being a hip hop artist, I mean, you can't categorize me. You can't put me in a group with Nicki Minaj because I'm not all extra. I'm not Little Kim. I don't wear Hoochie Mama
Well,
stuff.
thank you for that.
You know,
Nothing's fake. Nothing's fake.
I mean, and it's like you really can't characterize me because like I'm a very swaggeristic, I guess he says, like swag type rapping.
Swaggeristic.
But I
like that word.
I'm swaggeristic with the extremely real flow. Like I can slow down and rap like extra slow and speak really real, but I prefer more upbeat tempo
more
stuff.
fun.
Yeah, that's what I got. My name's crazy.
Well, what about this? Are there any pressures that come along with being a female in the music industry, or is it pretty much the same
because
for you as it is for me?
I mean, no, in a way it's not one because I'm coming from another community in general, like, you know, LGBT community, that's me. So it's like, oh, yeah, on top of that, you're gay. And then, you know, you have all that stuff to deal with. So it's just like, it's not only like, oh, you have to worry about stereotypes. It's like, oh, well, this is what she's supposed to look like. Yeah. I'm not going to look like that either.
Well,
so,
since you said that, do you think the artists that are the major female artists in the game are representing women the right way currently?
I mean, everybody has their own image, you know. I'm not saying nothing like Lil' Kim back in the day used to wear the booty shorts. Now you got Nicki Minaj. I mean, at one point, Nicki Minaj never even looked like that. She used to wear baggy clothes, and she fit herself she conformed to what they wanted her to look like.
Right.
And I think that's where they're stirring off. It's like all the more better rappers were back in the day, and then you have the underground rappers that I feel like they'll probably represent you better than most will.
Yeah, I always tell people all the time that when it comes to music, you get generalized a lot, but there are two separate cultures. There's mainstream and there's underground. And there are two very separate things that are very different.
Yes.
And if you're an artist or if you're a manager or you're a producer, you very well know that. But if you're just, I guess I call them digital fans, so they're clicking on iTunes and they're buying the music, but they're not coming out and getting deeply involved into the culture, they can't tell the difference. We're all the same. You know what I'm saying? You're a female and you rap, so you must be like Nicki Minaj.
No, you're not.
But when I first met you, I could visually look at you and say, oh yeah, she's real. You didn't come over here with the popcorn, pink hair, and all that. That's not a good look. And then, so here's the thing that we're going to do today. I'm a DJ, but I don't rap. So can you give me some pointers on my flow? Just be real quick and give me one pointer from each of you real fast. So we'll see how professional you are.
I would say be real right from your heart.
Okay, right from my heart. I don't write, so that's why I suck. What about you?
Don't worry about your delivery. So when you say it, say it.
Don't worry about the delivery.
Yeah, I mean, because some people, they focus too much on it. They be like,
why
I got to say it right? And it takes up so much time. If you say it and you mean it, it's yours.
Okay,
you know?
And what about Clef? Advice for me to help with my flow.
Don't try and follow everybody else.
Right.
Okay. That is
Can I tell you what my wife told me?
What she tell you?
I asked her to help me with my flow, and she said, don't rap. And you guys laughed at that. All right, so we're going to get ready to take a small break. We're going to come back. We have a special treat for you guys from my man Nightwolf right here on Behind the Music with Quentin. All right. Good deal, man. And we're back right here Behind the Music, part 2. For everybody at home, you're in for a treat. Nightwolf from NLE. He's going to come to the stage right now and bless you with a verse. So give it up, get out of your seats at home, and get ready to rock out with Nightwolf right here on Behind the Music, part 2.
What's up? What's up? Look, stepping in the back room of hip hop where the underground rules, the mainstreams flop, brainwashing the youth claiming that they hot. Now it's time for real lyricists to rise to the top, not for the fame. Nah, don't get me twisted. We spitting real bars. It deserves recognition. Not making the dance, not media efficient, not rocking skinny jeans or playing pranks for attention. with lyrics that'll smash or melt cranial orbits like battery acid. Tell the truth, swag is your excuse to be a droid player, roll and follow behind boys. In reality, you ain't making noise. My flow cooler than the penguin in Alaska popping our toys. Whoa.
I like that last line.
FFL was good in that league.
All right, Nightwolf, give it up, man. That was great. He's saying his flow is colder than a penguin in the North Pole popping Altoids, all right? So Nightwolf, have a seat, man. If you can, I want to ask you guys real quick, you got any upcoming events going on? And tell us where I can find you guys at online. So we'll start with Nightwolf, and we're just going to run down the line, all right? I'll hold the mic for you.
Upcoming events, we're trying to work on a couple shows during the summertime. You know, we'll update stuff online about that. But me personally, you can reach me at Twitter at Nightwolf_FFL. And you can reach some of my early music on thatpiff.com. Just look up Nightwolf, Conflicted the Mixtape, Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Okay.
You can reach me at Twitter at It's Lexi All Day and on IG at CrazyLexi_Lexi All Day. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And you can reach the label itself at newlimitsent@gmail.com or on Twitter at newlimitsent.
All right, well, give it up for all of our guests. Thank you for watching at home. I was your host, Quentin. And this has been Behind the Music, Part 2 from Prince George's Community College. Thank you guys for tuning in. Good deal, good deal.
Yeah. You know, edited and mixed them joints together.
Yeah.
I did spit the whole verse of it.